This is the future.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, Sigvald Grim here, and boy oh boy, Batman Who Laughs being able to use abilities in final form. Something that should be a thing anyway if you ask me, but that's not currently a thing in Injustice Mobile, but it can be achieved through some means. First up, the one that you're seeing on screen right now is going to be using LexCorp Warsuit. And I'm not gonna be able to do that, but there's another way. But first up, the LexCorp Warsuit way, this is gonna be from a video from Corrigan, and I'll drop a link to his channel in the description in the pinned comment, so thanks so much for that. So basically the LexCorp Warsuit puts you in a state where it gives you a shield that does not let any debuffs to be inflicted on you. So when you enter the final form, it works in a way that you get your specials disabled, but it does that as a debuff applied to you. So by having the LexCorp Warsuit and being already in the state where you can't get any debuffs on, as soon as you get into final form, you're not gonna have your abilities disabled, because that's a debuff that can be inflicted on you. And the results are pretty crazy because you're able to stay in your final form constantly, because every ability you use in your final form further adds crisis energy, and this extends the duration of final form indefinitely. So that's a pretty cool thing to do. Now, how can we replicate this without the LexCorp Warsuit? Well, first up, there's an artifact in the Last Contract artifacts that does a similar thing to this. And it's like the Speed Force Battery or something, but it's gonna be less efficient than the LexCorp Warsuit, and it's not gonna be something that a lot of people will have access to. But there is something that can also do this, and everybody has access to it. As I said, the debuffs on your final form are not something that are gonna be constantly inflicted on you. They only get inflicted once you get into the final form. So you only need to cleanse those debuffs, those special disabled debuffs, once. That's where the Firebox comes in. So Firebox passive is going to allow you to regenerate health after it gets below a certain threshold of health, and at the same time it's gonna remove all the negative debuffs that might be inflicted on you. So basically you get close to the final form and you get there with a low enough amount of health. Then you get into the final form, and then you let yourself take some damage, and the Firebox is gonna heal you up and also cleanse the debuffs applied to you. And now, congrats, you can stay forever in the final form. Is any of these strategies gonna be useful? Well, the LexCorp Warsuit might be useful in Rise of Krypton, but other than that, I don't think it will be that useful in other places, because you'd rather have one artifact for that story specifically. And the Firebox strategy was very hard to pull off in a very controlled environment in campaign, and if you use it in other places you might get killed, though it could be a fun thing to do in Arena 9 Champions Arena, but other than that I don't think any of those strategies are gonna be core strategies. Maybe the LexCorp Warsuit for a bit, but eventually you're going to find better artifacts to use, and a lot of people don't have LexCorp Warsuit. But yeah, all that being said, that was it for this video. I really hope this was actually a gameplay feature. I don't understand why we get abilities disabled in final form, and why we can't constantly use them. It's not like it would have been that broken anyway. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and as I said, credits in the description, the pinned comment to the dude, and goodbye!
This is the future.